Alright, so it's Friday, and Theresa May spoke, and it was a very emotional date for me today. I know that a lot of you guys are watching, and I haven't posted on the Forex Factory a lot. Just one video from yesterday showing the drawdown that I was in. Sorry for the noise in the background, but can't really help that right now. As you can see, I had a loss today on all of my accounts pretty much. So this was a 36% loss at the account. And I forgot about the MaverickFX account because I was using their bonus. So you see that it shows $0. And this account had a bonus in it. And once you reach 50% of your account drawdown, including the bonus, they close out your account for a margin. So I guess I forgot about that and hit a 36% drawdown, and all the trades closed down. It's really weird because literally it reversed right on top of it before it went back down. A little bit odd that it would literally close out all my trades right at the very peak before the push back down. I don't know, maybe just a coincidence or just something a little bit odd. It's a little bit strange because the drawdown of the account was $552, right? And my total account balance was $1,500, and it's supposed to be 50% of your account. And so I think they kind of messed with me here on closing out my trades. It's not a big deal. It's only $552, but it does kind of ruin my track record on this account, as you can see here. So the 36% I guess loss, and then minus 16% for the month. All right, so this account's not dead. I can add more funds to it if I want. Currently, I have $0 in it. All right, so the more important accounts, and I'm showing this to you guys. I consider not even doing this video today because of how much this sucks showing losses, but I'm doing it anyways. And you can see that I took a substantial loss today on Robert's account, and was 14%, which was $19,000. I know that really sucks. It's a good portion of the profit. And so what happened? Well, let me pull up his account. All right. So here is the account here. Let me see if I can load up these trades for you real fast. Okay, so you can see where I closed out pretty much the entire basket right here in the market. Now this was about how much percent? It's about 12% drawdown, I believe, at that point. Why did I close it out there? Because I was looking at the news. I was looking at Theresa May's speech that was coming out. A lot of the articles revolving around that, and I saw too many chances of too many possibilities of the pound rising. So I closed out my positions, made a decision. It was real difficult to do so, taking the loss, and then it pushed down. It pushed down right after that. So I knew that I suspected that this pullback was going to come. And I kept waiting. I kept waiting all during this time in here, during price, waiting for this pullback to happen. Now I got a little impatient. I didn't wait for my expert advisor to pull things out. So my idea was that before Theresa May did her speech, that the overall idea of this pushing up, traders would eventually start pulling out their positions in anticipation for this speech. Not because we don't know how this speech's outcome is going to be, and so a lot of traders will potentially push it out. Or pull out their positions, and that's kind of what happened. We got a little bit of help from the Canadian dollar as well, with that pushing down at the same time on the CAD USD or USD CAD. So what would have happened in that time frame? Well, we would have been not quite in profit down here. We've been real close, about break even. And as you can see, this could potentially ride back up or go back down. So I'm not really sure if profit would have been hit here or not. It would have been real close though. Alright, so I was impatient. I didn't wait for the last minute, but I did get spooked and decided to try to cut my losses before that. Alright, so what else did I do? Because if it's 12%, why is it showing 14% here? As you can see. Well, I took another position. This one was a pretty high stakes position. Let me see if I can show you. It was a 10 lot trade. Now this sounds crazy, and it is crazy. I hate admitting this stuff because there are traders that have said that if you do this once, then you will continue to do it in the future, and I agree. It's too easy to do it, especially when you are on large accounts like this, like $110,000, $120,000. And so I did do a larger trade. It was 10 lots, and 10 lots isn't crazy for this account size, but it's still substantial. And was expecting a move down during Theresa May's speech. Now, I called the shot. I called the shot of her pushing down the pound during the speech. And what happened during the speech was this action. This candle happened during the speech because there was a lot of fluff in it. There wasn't any direction on what the actual, I guess, mission is for the Brexit. They've talked about we want a great communication, we're open to a new deal, and a lot of traders took that as negative starting out, and then it slowly turned positive. As you can see here, there was a kind of a whipsaw here action here going on, because initially during the speech there was negativity, and then after it was done, the positive idea was that Theresa May has a change of heart, that she's not all about a hard Brexit, and it's a much softer approach to making things better in with the pound and the leaving of the European Union. So it was a very difficult thing to play. I shouldn't have been taking this trade to begin with. And so what happened was it pushed up. What's this action right here? This was actually the Canadian retail sales that happened this morning, just 30 minutes before the speech started. And I completely forgot about this. Another noob move right there. I can't believe I forgot about that news, is because I was so preoccupied with the speech from Theresa. And typically retail sales numbers aren't huge with the Canadian dollar, and they were shockingly negative. And so it caused the pound to go against the CAD in a pretty big way after my order was placed. So really bad luck, and also really stupid decision by me to enter. We're talking about a couple hours before the Canadian retail sales came out. But so that didn't work out well. So my call of Theresa having a negative effect on the pound was pretty much ignored, because I was already well in drawdown at that time when it started pushing down. So the idea was that if I didn't get hit with the retail sales, that I would enter near the top up here, right after the retail sales numbers had come out, enter on Theresa's speech, and then push down and then make a pretty good profit. Well, that didn't happen because of my missing of the Canadian retail sales numbers before it came out. And so I closed the trade and holding on to it, hoping that it would eventually push down, because I did feel that the speech was still negative because there was no real direction in it, and I held on to it too long. So many mistakes were made today, and I'm here admitting them again. The last time I made some big mistakes was in November of 2016. So it's been a while. I mean, the mistakes weren't as big as they were back in 2016. So let's go over those numbers now. So you can see that it was a 14% loss. So it's not huge, but it's pretty substantial on this account. As you can see, it does not look good. And my buddy's account, he actually closed out his trades before the pound news came out. So he actually played this correctly and shut off my expert advisor before this news struck. So wise decision on him. And then obviously the 36% drawdown, wrong account, on my personal account as well. There it is, yeah, the 36% loss for this week. Alright, so the numbers aren't huge. I didn't lose my account. Well, I lost this MaverickFX account because of the bonus involved, which is only $500, but it was only 36%. My personal account. So this is my personal account at Trader's Way, and I did have $21,000 in this account originally. I did have a small $2,000 loss. Well, not too small. It's about 20% of the account today. So 20% loss on my personal account, a 14% loss on my buddy Robert's account, and then a 36% loss on the LMFX account. So pretty rough day, yeah. And I'm trying to pull out of it. I'm staying calm. All the trades are closed out. I'm trying to sit on my hands so I don't try to put any more trades in for the weekend, obviously. And I'll pick things up as normal on Monday. So the plan for me now is I'm going to be making a few small changes to the expert advisor to make sure that it's entering when it should be. And also, I will be officially adding a 5 to 6% cutoff. I haven't decided if it's going to be 5 or 6%, and I'm able to do that through my expert advisor. Actually, I have a close all EA expert advisor that closes all my trades when they hit a certain amount of profit. And I also can close that percent loss on this. So right now it's set as false. So I'm actually going to set it as true. Right now we're going to just set it as 6%, and then go from there. So we'll close all my trades out when it hits 6%. Alright, so that is the plan, is to have a close at 6%. And why 6%? You may wonder. Well, if you go to my buddy Robert's account, you'll see that I've been going for almost 6 months, but this is the 6th month. But 5 months is when I started the account in April. So April, May, June, July, and August. And during those 5 months, I didn't have a drawdown larger than 3.5%. And so that's why I'm having a cutoff of 5 to 6%, because it makes sense, since I haven't had any drawdown lower that's higher than 3.5% in a 5-month period. That a 5% to 6% cutoff seems to make sense. And so I'm going to try that and see how things go, and see how many times I've actually hit that 5%. I don't think it will be often, but as we know, the nature of currency pairs are always changing, and so it will be really hard to really calculate how things will pan out in the future. But it's good to keep things safe. It makes sense, since I'm making anywhere from 3 to 5% per month. A 5 to 6% cutoff will make sense to the amount of profit that I'm making. All right, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. Just let you guys know that I may be going on a small break right now from making any videos to kind of organize my thoughts. And assess the losses that happened today. And like I said before, I was considering not making this video, but I do think that these times are very important for people to watch, including me to speak about it as well, because it's not easy talking about pretty substantial losses on my personal account. 20%. 14% is a little bit more manageable, but it's still getting into the high category. And I don't want to see 14% losses in the future on this account, and so that's why I'm going to be looking at the much smaller 5 to 6%. So things should work. It's going to be tricky to figure out how to move things forward after these losses, but I think it shouldn't be too bad, since I have a weekend to kind of sleep on things. All right, so. I guess that's it for my update today. I didn't want to say too much. I want to make this kind of short, and I'm expecting a lot of messages and comments from people saying this is why basket trading doesn't work. This is why counter trend trading doesn't work. And you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have traded during the speech. You shouldn't have. There's lots of these past tense things that people like to complain about, where it's easy for you to pick at somebody for the mistakes that they've made after they've already made them. For example, like, let's say that everything went right during me trading the speech and the expert advisor trades and me waiting, and I didn't take any losses today. Then nobody would have anything to complain about. Because I took losses, then it gives people a lot of ammo to try to tear me down. So, you know, I'm already down. So just try to spare saying you should do this or you should do that. I'm already working on you know, future changes and refining what has happened today, learning from my mistakes. Luckily, I didn't lose entire accounts, and the losses are manageable, but it's going to take me some time to make back and recoup those losses in a safe and profitable way. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, especially for those that want me to lose, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Now, I don't know when my next video will be. It could be a couple days. It could be a couple weeks. I don't know. It just depends on when I feel like I'm ready to come back to this. It also depends on the feedback of this actual video as well. If I get a lot of people complaining or trying to tell me that I should have done this or done that, when I already know that those are the things I should have done and the mistakes that I made, that it's not necessary, that I'm not going to want to come back as much if people keep pushing that that buzzer down, you know, on me. So I'm just going to play it by ear and see how things go, but wanted to show my losses today because I think that is an important part of trading. All right, thanks guys for the support and watching the videos and trying to follow my trades as well. And yeah, I'll see you next time.